What's going on, everybody? Okay, guys, so happy Women's History Month. Can we just make some noise because we're women and we get things done and we're inspiring, okay? And yes, I'm Gen Z. I'm a proud Gen Z, okay? Forget what they say in the articles that we're lazy, because today I'm going to show you that Gen Z, we're getting things done, right? But when we have the right support, when we have confidence, and when we have the right network. All right, well, my name is Destini Perkins. I'm actually from Oceanside. I'm currently 22 years old. I'm an Aries, so it's my birthday month. And I'm here to talk about networking, but like before we even get into networking, I want to just kind of have you guys get to know me. I know when I go and I listen to a lecture or a workshop, I want to know, okay, is this person credible? Do they know what they're talking about? Do they use ChatGPT to write the whole thing? Like, you know, why am I here? What's my purpose? So I'm going to get into a little bit about myself. So I'm Afro-Latina and also Japanese. I grew up very multicultural, so I have a lot of different perspectives, and I understood, okay, having your identity and knowing that you can utilize different parts of yourself to get to where you want to go was one thing that I learned. I started off doing network marketing in 2020 during COVID. There's a lot of different network marketing companies out there, but what it taught me was how to talk to people online. So through Instagram, through Facebook, how to chat with people in a way that's not, please buy this or please do this for me. Because I mean, all of us have probably had someone in our life that made you feel like, okay, you have to do this for me or get me this job or get me this opportunity. And you're like, whoa, like I don't even know you yet, right? At least say my outfit's cute or something, like, you know, show that you care about me. And so that's what I learned from network marketing. So I'm going to pull a lot of stuff from that in today's presentation. Event producing, I love putting on events. My focus is women empowerment events because, to be honest, I can't be a doctor, a scientist, a lawyer. I can't be all those things, but I can bring women in one room where they're going to be the future doctors and lawyers. But it takes someone to be confident, because you could have so many dreams. You could be an astronaut, you could be a doctor, whatever you want to be, but if you're not confident to even apply for the school or to get into a certain room, and the older you get, you're going to be in spaces where the whole room is like old white men. Or maybe it's all women, but maybe it's women from a different race and you don't feel as comfortable. So you're going to have to break through those barriers by learning to advocate for yourself. And that's what I got to do from producing events. UGC, does anybody know what that means? Have you guys heard of UGC? UGC, user-generated content. Okay, maybe one person. So if you go on TikTok and someone's like, oh my gosh, guys, I love this face cream. It's so good. Like it moisturizes my skin. They're selling you that cream. That is user-generated content. Basically, they have the customers doing the commercials for them. So I've had experience with UGC for over 2 years now, filming stuff at home, doing things for brand in office, in their studios. So that also taught me, okay, how do I even talk to a CEO of a company and pitch myself? Right? And I have 30 seconds. Have you guys heard about the 30-second speech? Elevator pitch? Okay, we have things to learn today, and I'm excited. Okay, last, internships and contracted work. I'm the type of person to love to do contracted work. I just like my freedom and flexibility, so I have learned a lot of things. Are y'all with me? Do you trust me now to teach you a little bit? Okay. All right, so I'm going to start off with this video. Let's see if we can hear it. This is supposed to be like a motivational message as we go into as we're in the middle of Women's History Month. Uh-oh, go back. Okay, right here.
Mama, got it. Queen, I need you to choose you. I need you to consider that today is the day that you will choose you. Today is the day that you will choose to speak up for yourself, that you will choose to see yourself for the contribution and the strengths that you have, that you carry, that you share with others. Today, I am asking you to choose you. I'm asking you to choose you before anyone else. I'm asking you to choose you, to nourish you, to pour back into you, to love on you. I'm asking you to please choose you today. Goddess, you can do it. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You can choose. The universe chose you. You are here. Now you choose you. I love you. Choose you today. Every day.
So when I first saw this video, like 2 years ago, I actually started crying because I noticed I'm a big sister. I'm the oldest of 4. And if any older sisters are here, oldest of your family, oh, okay, I'm gonna pray for y'all. Because it can feel like a third parent a lot of the times. And so a lot of times we don't choose us because we're constantly thinking, what do I need to do for somebody else? And so when I think of Women's History Month, I think of how can we put ourselves first and whatever that may be, self-care, our goals, our career, our relationships. So I wanted that video to just let you guys know that you were loved. And this week, when I talked to the Most High, I said, what is one thing I need to tell this collective when I speak to them? And it told me to tell you guys that you are loved. And always remember that you are loved. Okay, we're gonna start with confidence building. Now, confidence is like that one thing that if you don't have it, it will hold you back. It will hold you back in every which way. So we're going to start off with this equation. I'm not a math girl. I'm not a STEM girl. I'm very creative, but sometimes seeing this visually in words may help some of you guys. So when I talk about value in this sense, I'm talking about your professional value, the way people perceive you out and about, not your inherent value, because your inherent value, we're all valuable. Our souls are all worth it. So this is just in the context of networking, all right? So your value, it's a combination of your character, who you are. Are you kind? Are you funny? Are you loving? Are you determined? Are you organized? Are you on top of it? Are you lazy? Are you rude? Are you a narcissist, right? Are you stressed all the time? It's a combination of your character, so how you make people feel, and your accomplishments, right? What have you done? Can I trust you? Can you lead me, right? So that is your value. So keep in mind this term value. If you guys have journals, feel free to take some notes, okay? Because I'm going to have a lot of stuff going on in here. Once you identified your value and you're confident in your value, then you're able to actually tell somebody else, hey, I'm important. I have something to teach you. I have something to provide for your company that you don't already have. Because the funny thing is this, right? If I'm trying to pitch to a CEO or somebody like, hey, I want to intern for you. Hey, I want to work for you. But deep down in my brain, I'm like, oh, I'm not good enough. Oh, I can't. I interview people. Oh, I can't interview this person. They're a famous celebrity. I'm not good enough yet, or I have to practice more. Then they're going to say, oh, then you're not good enough. You think you're not good enough? Then you're not good enough, right? You have to know you're good enough. Even if you're like, dang, I'm just starting out. I don't have any experience. You're still good enough as long as you're determined to make things happen for yourself. So make sure you identify your value. Second, learning to work a room. Has anybody heard this term? Yes? Okay, how would you explain work a room in your sense?
Being present to everyone in the room.
Yes.
So they know you're there. They know what you're about. Being present and making sure that you're making contact.
Exactly. So when I think of working a room, I think of a queen. Okay? Picture all the movies you've seen of queens. They go into rooms and they're, hi, how are you? How are the kids? How's the family? Oh, good. Oh, hi. Oh, we want to work together? Okay, talk to my personal assistant. We'll make things happen. Okay, great. Hi, how are you doing? They're working the room. They're talking to everybody. They may not talk to everybody for like 10, 15 minutes, especially if it's like a fast-paced event, but they're making themselves known, right? They know how to talk to people. The quiet person, they can still find something in common, right? The MC, the person who's busy, they can find something in common. So learning to work a room is basically getting your reps in, okay? Getting your reps in and how you're communicating with people. Charisma is going to get you places. I promise you, charisma is going to get you places. Because when someone has no idea who you are, and they're like, dang, we all have life stories, we've all worked hard, some people have college degrees, we all have, okay, but like, why would I want to work with you? Why do I even want to help you in any way, right? And so charisma is just showing your personality in a way where it's like, hey, maybe you're the funny person, maybe you're the sweet person, maybe you're really intelligent, you always have a statistic on your head, right? Having charisma is going to get you into rooms because people are not going to know you, but they're going to feel your energy, and that's going to make them want to help you. Respecting your time and your energy, okay? As you continue to connect with people, and I say get your reps in, have those conversations, in 30 seconds, you're telling someone your name, what you do, and what you're asking for. Once you do that, then you're going to be able to say, okay, I can't work with everybody, or I can't help everybody, but I want to help the people that are aligned with me, right? And lastly, valuing your craft. If you're an artist and you're like, oh, I think my art's kind of good, but I'm not going to actually like post it online. I don't want people to judge me. Or, oh, like I want to get paid for it, but I don't want to charge it too much because like what if they can't afford it? You don't even value what you have to bring to the world. You don't even value yourself. You literally cannot expect someone else to value you. Now, is it right if someone disrespects you because you disrespect yourself? No, right? Everybody should be treated like a human being. But it's kind of the law of nature, right? If you ever have a pair of nice shoes, a fresh pair of Air Force Ones, you're going to walk very carefully that whole week, make sure nobody steps on your shoes. You're going to treat them like a newborn baby because they're brand new. You want other people to see you like that. Oh, I can't call her at 10, 11 p.m. at night. No, she needs her beauty sleep, right? Oh, I can't ask her for this at 2 in the morning. Yep, her phone's on D&D. Oh, I can't call her during work. Oh, I can't expect her to drop everything for me because she has values, she has boundaries. So that's understanding your time and your energy and valuing your craft, okay? Also, as I go through this presentation, if you have any questions, jot them down, and at the end, I'm gonna dedicate some time to answer all of them. Does that sound good? Okay. What is a trait that a confident woman would have? You guys can shout out any answers that's coming to your brain. What's a trait that a confident woman would have? You see a woman walking down the street. There's something that she does where you're like, that's a confident woman. Her walk. Okay, so, oh no, go ahead. Yeah. Head up high. Okay, so she was like this. Not confident. She might get robbed, honestly. Okay, but if she's like, okay, she knows what's going on. She's seeing things. Okay, I like that. The walk. Anything else? Her dress. What she's wearing? Self-love. Self-respect. Okay, these are all good. These are all good. Yes. Yes. Okay, so like I said, before I was even getting into the networking thing, the confidence is the most important key. I want to also give you, on a personal note, something that I would do that I've actually done to help build my confidence, because it's not something that you just check off and you don't tap back in again. Confidence, like speaking to you guys, like being young women, is totally different than like speaking to someone who's older, because their confidence, the things that they're facing, is a little bit different than us, right? We're seeing on TikTok, everybody looks amazing, even though probably all of them have filters on, right? They probably reshot something plenty of times. I work with companies, they literally edit all the models to have perfect skin so that product doesn't even actually look like that on them in real life, right? So it's a lot of things we're comparing ourselves to. So I like to look at myself in the mirror. I call it mirror conversations. I try to do it once a week because, you know, life gets busy, and I just talk to myself. And when I first started to do it, I would feel a little bit uncomfortable because I was like, this is a little weird. Like, I'm talking to myself, but I talk to the camera all the time. I talk to Snapchat all the time. Why can't I talk to myself? Over time, I was able to talk to myself like a friend. And that's how I knew, okay, I'm building a relationship with myself. And then things pop up that you need to work on, that you need to heal on. So as long as you get the confidence part done, you check that off in the time of, okay, I can go and approach people and not be scared, then you're going to be able to get to this section of your life, which is advocating for yourself. So we're going to talk about digital versus in-person networking, okay? Because there's completely different strategies. So if you haven't heard, digital networking is making connections with people online. You have never met this person in person, and you're trying to say, hey, look at me, see me, value me for what I have to bring. Let's make something happen. Think of it like making friends, but for your career path or your personal goals. So you don't have to just, go online and network to get a job. You can go online to network to ask for advice on places to travel. You can go online to network to say to this company, hey, I really like your croissants. Like, can we do a collaboration where like you give me a free croissant and I post a TikTok? They're probably going to say yes, right? So there's so many different ways to do it. It doesn't have to just be career or financial. It could be for your personal goals, okay? And I'm going to show you examples, so don't worry. Okay, so here are all the different platforms that I would personally recommend to network online. So number one, LinkedIn. LinkedIn is just known to be the professional platform to network with people. The best way to approach LinkedIn, first of all, make your profile, have a photo of yourself, have some things that you've done. If you haven't had a job yet and you're just like, oh, I'm in high school, start now, girl. Start now with your LinkedIn. And you can actually put some things like awards that you've gotten. People just need to know that it's a real person, right? You want to like and comment people's things that they've already done. So let's say you want to intern for like a environmental organization, right? They're working with dolphins. You want to intern with them. Go to their page, start liking their stuff, comment, oh my gosh, that was such an amazing event. Oh my gosh, when's your next beach cleanup day? Engage, make them see you, make them see your name over and over and over. Now you're on their radar. So now when you send a personalized message, oh, I know her. she's been commenting on our stuff. Oh my gosh, she wants to meet for an interview? Yeah, because why wouldn't I? Why would I not want to work with someone who's already engaged? Okay, next platform, Instagram. Instagram, they say LinkedIn is where the bosses are at, and Instagram is where like influencers and content creators are at. But to be honest, brands still reach out on Instagram. Things still happen on Instagram in the DM, as long as you are both following each other, because that's something Instagram changed, and it's kind of frustrating, but it's okay. So you're gonna do the same thing. We call them 3, 2, 1s. So 3 liked photos, 2 comments, and 1 follow. You follow them after you like all their stuff and you comment, because that just helps them know that you exist again. And then, of course, there's always Facebook groups. I'm not really a big Facebook person. I'm Gen Z, but there are Facebook groups that you can actually use to connect with people. Companies use them, nonprofits use them. There's one in San Diego for like actors and film directors, and it's Black actors and film directors in San Diego. We just go in there and we post stuff. Hey, do you need a model for this? Hey, I need someone on set. It's just an opportunity to be connected to something, right? Lastly, email. How many of you have got a spam email and you're like, oh, I know that was a spam. Like, you guys didn't even try to finesse me. If you guys got those emails, yes. You don't want to appear like a spam. You don't, especially if you guys haven't, it's your first interaction, it's really easy to be like, oh, it's probably spam. So make sure that your personalized subject is something specific, okay? Maybe you saw them on, oh, I saw you on this panel, would love to interview you. Or, hey, so-and-so, we met at this event. Do you remember me? Right? Something like that. Always have a call to action for any platform you pitch on. A call to action is, oh, I would love to meet with you. Do you have 10 to 15 minutes for a virtual call this month? Just 10 to 15 minutes. No 30, 45-minute podcast kind of situation. Just 10 to 15 minutes. Let's chat. How does March look like for you? How does the end of March look like? Versus, hey, let me know if you want to meet. You just said, oh, if you want to. And they're going to say, my schedule's busy. No, right? So you got to say, hey, what does your schedule look like this month to connect? And that makes them say, okay, now I got to go and give them a date. 10, 15 minutes, oh, I can do that. And then that's how you move forward. Lastly, we all know TikTok. TikTok, you just want to get awareness. So what I would do, if you like a company or organization on TikTok, find them on TikTok, like their stuff, but then message them on Instagram. We got the platforms down. It's basically the same structure with most of them. I would say Facebook's a little bit different to get into the groups, but all of them have proof and all of them work. Here's how you're able to get seen, because there's 2 different ways on social media, right? When you're networking. You either want to contact them because you want to work with them, you need their help, or somebody wants to find you because they need you. So if you're a business, let's say you have a consulting company, right? You help people. You want to be found. You want someone to say, young woman consultant, young woman coach. You want them to find you, so you're going to have to do some things to be seen online. But if you're looking for a personal development coach, then you're going to have to look up certain things online to find somebody, right? So hashtags and putting your niche is what's going to help, just kind of like getting you used to this. So college student, job openings, fashion, whatever the niche is, you start with that. And location. Location is very, very helpful. I kind of mess around and test out the water. Sometimes I'll tag La Jolla, downtown San Diego, Little Italy, just to see who looks at my story. Restaurants. And I'm like, if I ever wanted to pitch a restaurant and it was in La Jolla, I'm going to tag La Jolla on my Instagram stories for a whole week so that they see my stuff every day. So by the time I pitch them, they know me. Does that make sense? They've seen me before. So using location is very, very important. Also just helps people know, oh, I want to work with her, but I don't really know where she lives. It's not in her bio, right? One way that I was found, this was the end of 2023, a brand for Latinx content creators used TikTok and optimized the name Latina and LA hashtags to find me and other content creators. Because at the time, I still live in San Diego, but I wasn't really going to LA much at the time. And they invited me to this event, right, at the L'Oreal headquarters. And I was like, how did they find me? Because I don't even live in LA. I was just starting this beauty content thing, so I don't know. And when I asked them at the event, they said, oh, we went on TikTok and we typed in LA beauty content creators, and you popped up. And we want to include Afro-Latinas, so we invited you. And I said, okay, thanks for telling me that, because now I know. So basically, what you're going to do is on the TikTok app, you're going to type in. So let's say you type in makeup content creator. You take it and you slide it off the screen. It's called SEO, right? You type anything, LA, San Diego, food, whatever their niche is, you're going to type it and you're going to swipe it off the screen. And so, because TikTok is a search engine, it's actually the #1 used search engine for Gen Zers. Like if you're looking up something, you already know, like if you're looking up something, how do I make beans? Where do I go get this, right? You're not going to Google. If you want to go eat with your friends, oh, we're going to go to downtown. You're going to go on TikTok and type in Asian restaurants, Italian restaurants. We don't even use Google that much, right? Unless it's not on TikTok. So you want to understand that's how people are letting themselves be found by you. So just do the same for yourself. Okay, like I said, I'm coming with receipts to show you that this stuff actually works and to give you an example, okay? So we're going to start off with LinkedIn. This was September 20th, 2022, and my subject said GritCon inquiry. Basically, in 2022, something told me to go to a conference, and I was like, that's kind of strange, but I'm going to trust my intuition. So I go on LinkedIn, and there was a conference happening in San Diego. I was like, interesting. So I reach out and the post said sponsorships available. Like at the time, I thought, oh, sponsorships open to students, meaning you can come into something for free. They were actually looking for funders, but I still made it work. I still was able to pitch them. So I said, hi, my introduction. Let them know who you are so you don't look like spam. I said, hi, my name is Destini Perkins. I'm a San Diego native. Why did I say I live in San Diego? Because the conference is happening in San Diego. So if someone's going to give me something to me for free, it makes sense if I'm a local. Because I'm going to post about it. I'm probably going to bring volunteers. It's going to help the organization, right? Then I said, I'm reaching out because I saw your post on LinkedIn about GritCon. I've been a student for the last 2 years, and I'm interested in how I can apply for a sponsorship opportunity. Already told them my purpose and reason. Here is why I'm messaging you, right? Lastly, I said I work closely with the NAACP Youth Council in North San Diego County and individuals working in policy. I'd love to take this knowledge back to my community. Closing. If you help me, this is how I can better help the community, right? Did my closing. Dr. Summer, she's actually now one of my mentors from this interaction. And so she basically said, hi, thanks for reaching out. I'll get back to you. And this was GritCon. So I met up with them. They were the founders, them two in the middle. First time ever, I was able to run an interview with some authors. And then these are 4 ladies from El Camino High School they were seniors in 2022, 2023, and they actually got volunteer hours. So I was able to bring other people with me to make things happen, right? And that's what it's like to be an organizer. Someone said, women make things happen. It's literally just from one message, following up, hey, did you get to check on back with your team? Can I get the scholarship, right? And it happened. Another example, so this was what I call leisure-oriented, meaning you're pitching for something that's just for fun. Right? It's not necessarily going to help you in your career. It could, but it's for fun. So what I did something really smart. So does anybody know what Spelman is? Have you heard of Spelman? HBCU, Historically Black College, University. So I wanted to go to Spelman's homecoming. I was like, oh, I just want to go to HBCU homecoming. Like, it just sounds fun. So I reached out. I think I messaged like 30 girls that go to Spelman, and this was in 2022. So I reached out to 30 girls, and I basically said the same script. Who I am, I want to attend Spellhouse Homecoming, basically Spelman and Morehouse, they always do their homecoming together. And I said, I might potentially transfer in the next 2 years. It's 2025, so that didn't happen, but that was the thought at the time. But I said, I would love to meet you in person and connect with you if you're available. Basically, like, can you give me a little tour? Can you tell me if it's worth coming here? Taylor, she said, yes, love to meet you. What days are you thinking? We ended up making it happen. This was only a photo, but we went on like the 360 machine things. And yeah, we spent like the whole day together at Spelman. So using LinkedIn doesn't have to just be career oriented. It can also be for leisure. I mean, you still want to keep it professional, but she didn't know me. I didn't even know her. I didn't even know if she was going to follow through, but she did because she goes to Spelman, women of Spelman. They make things happen also. But wait, there's more. Don't fall asleep on me. Okay. So I'm in this organization called Black Girls in Media. Basically, we pay like a $150, $200 membership fee a year. It's like LinkedIn just for Black women that work in all types of the media sector. So podcasters, TV hosts, news anchors, reporters, business owners, all over the country. So I made a post, kind of like a Facebook group. I made a post and I said, hi ladies, I will be in ATL till November 15th. I would love to meet at a restaurant with anyone who's open to networking and connecting. I didn't really know anybody in this chat. I mean, there's like hundreds of people in there. But I said, we can go as a group or just us two. Basically, I was supposed to go with a friend. It didn't end up happening. And I said, might as well meet people because I can't sit still. I have ADHD. And then 14 people liked the post. So I said, oh, so you guys are interested. Okay. 7 people ended up joining the chat on Instagram because we said, let's actually plan this, make this happen. And then I believe 5 or 6 people actually showed up to that networking. We went to this restaurant in Atlanta. And what was so cool about that is they actually formed a Bible studies group to this day from this interaction that happened. And we were talking about healing. A lot of the girls, they work remotely. So they were like, oh, I needed this. I needed to go outside and hang out with women that look like me, that do what I do. And it inspired them to have more friends. So another example of, okay, yep, this is just kind of something fun I wanted to do. Completely different platform, but it still happened. This is on Instagram DMs. The best thing I think you could ever do if you're trying to connect with someone who has a big following and may not see your message, or you're like, oh, I just kind of need a little support. Can you introduce me? It's called a 3-way chat. So it's you, the person that you're connected to, and the person you're trying to meet. So this was a chat that was trying to have us all meet for brunch. So I hit up my friend Don. Shout out Don. He's a Nike model. He's currently working on All American. He does a lot of great stuff in entertainment. And he reached out to his family friend. He said, hi, auntie, want to introduce you to a good friend of mine. She's a model, event host. I think she'd be great. She says, yes, any friend of yours is a friend of mine. We go and we have brunch. I ended up doing some contracted work for her a few months later, and it was amazing. So you don't think like, I just have to use Instagram or I just have to use LinkedIn. I would start with one to not overwhelm yourself, but there's so many different ways to make this happen. So many different ways. Okay. Are we all still here? I'm talking kind of fast, but it's more like keeping the energy up. Okay. Now we're gonna go into in-person, this is where it kind of gets fun because I'm gonna need 2 volunteers in a second. So if you guys feel comfortable, I'm gonna pick on some of you. In-person networking is where the confidence comes in for what we talked about at the beginning, right? 30-second elevator pitch. What's your name? What do you do? What do you need from them? What's your name? What do you do? What do you need from them? So instead of saying, what do you do for work? Because that kind of sounds like you're trying to employ somebody. And where I'm at, I talk to people all the time and they're like, I don't want to feel used. I don't want to feel like I'm a hiring manager always asking people, what do you do for work? What do you do, right? So I just try to keep it casual. So let's play this scenario out, okay? Let's say I'm in an elevator with this woman. She has a beautiful outfit on, tall black woman, cute hairstyle. Okay, I'm in the elevator with her. Let's say she says to me, oh my gosh, hey, how's your night going? I would say, oh my gosh, it's good. Yeah, I love your outfit. Where'd you get it? Da-da-da-da. Girl talk, okay? And then she would say, oh my gosh, well, what do you do? Because we already have this connection. So she's gonna be like, what are you doing here? Like, what's happening? Oh, you know what? Yeah, I'm actually running interviews for this beauty brand. Yeah, Black Radiance. Yeah. Oh, okay, cool. What do you do? Oh, I work in film, right? I'm a film director. I work in Hollywood. Oh, that's awesome. Well, I don't work in film, but... And she might say, yeah, let's just connect because you have a vibe. We have good energy going. It may not even make sense. What if she was like a lawyer? And I'm like, I don't need a lawyer now. Maybe I might need one later, right? Just always connecting because the energy was there. Quick, what's your name? Oh, what do you do? Okay, move along. Because at the end of the elevator, basically it's 30 seconds for the elevator to go down. Now they're on to their life. And you may not ever see them again, but at least you have their Instagram, you have their LinkedIn, right? I always like to say, how do you want to stay in touch? Because sometimes people don't want to give out their phone numbers. If it's a creepy guy, don't give him your number. Give him your email or say LinkedIn, right? Or if you want to give them your Instagram. So I always say, what's best for you? And they might say email, phone number, social media. And the faster you get on that, they're going to take you more serious. And they'll say, oh, so you actually do this. Okay. The technical definition, in-person networking, basically allowing people to establish a personal connection. It's face-to-face. It's all in person. Now, you're going to want to write these down. These are the best platforms to meet people in person. I didn't even put Eventbrite because we all know about Eventbrite already, right? Luma is something that I discovered that a lot of companies actually use to post their events. So if you go on Google to Luma, there's a feature where you can type in, so we type in San Diego, and you can put on your email notification. So each week it'll send you an email of all the events that are going on. Let's say you travel to Houston. Go to Luma, type in Houston, all the events that are happening in Houston. So that way, if you're traveling, you're meeting people. The goal is for people to know you because you deserve to be known, right? You have value, you have talent, you have things going for yourself. That's the best thing I've done when I travel is I use Luma. I'm in so many different chats, so I'm always asking people what's going on, what's going on. Lastly, TikTok. TikTok is I said, it's a search engine. Did you know you can go on TikTok and say, what's happening in LA March 20th to March 25th? And it'll tell you all the brand pop-ups, all the events. There's actually an organization. It's for Black individuals. I don't know what it's called specifically, but I think it's like Black Linked Up or something. Black LA. All the events, all the mixers, all the things happening. So you can find a lot of stuff from TikTok. I used TikTok when I worked All-Star Weekend last month, and I said, okay, I want to know all the events happening at NBA All-Star Weekend. This woman, shout out, God bless her, she made a whole Excel sheet of all the events happening for All-Star Weekend and the after parties, sponsored NBA events, unsponsored NBA events. I was like, how do we just I felt like it was illegal to have all that information for free. Like, it was so amazing. But I found that because I went on TikTok and I just typed in what's going on in All-Star. And then nonprofit mixers. So I'm sure this organization as well, they probably have meet and greets, networking events just to meet people in the community. So if you like a nonprofit, you want to intern for somebody, go on their website and even email, say, hey, do you guys have any networking mixers this month? That will give you some time to practice with people. Networking success, setting intentions. So saying, I'm going to this event because I want to meet this person, right? Or I'm going to this event, I need to learn the skill. I'm going to this event because I need to get out of my shell, I need to talk to people. Whatever your intention is, keep telling yourself that as you walk in the event. Reps, doing it over and over. Like, imagine going to each person in this room right now and saying, hi, my name is, what do you do? That's so cool, let's connect, what works best for you? It's probably like 30 times in this room. That's just today, right? So imagine doing that every weekend when you go out and meet people. You're going to be a pro. People are going to be like, you look confident. And you might say, I'm not confident. But because you can go and you can talk to people and shake their hand and connect with them, that is going to help you build that more and more. So reps, setting intentions, and authenticity. Okay? Care about people. Be nice to people. Nobody wants to help somebody who's rude, right? Or who's nudgy. I talk to my friends about this because most of my friends work in entertainment. And 2 of them work for the NBA, and they're like, people are always in my DMs acting like I'm a hiring manager. Like, I can just get them a job with the Lakers tomorrow. Like, I don't even, right? And I would tell them, I would say, yeah, how do you handle that? Because that is tough. How would you like people to approach you? Because you do have connects, but you can't hire them. And they say, as long as they build a genuine connection with me, we stay friends. Maybe they're liking my stuff for a month and I actually think they care about me. And then when they ask for help, I'm more willing to help them. I say, you know what, that does make sense. So as long as you're authentic, care about the person, care about building connections, you might not have a collaboration with somebody right away. That was my mistake when I first started networking. I'd be like, okay, we're going to connect. Okay, when are you available to do this episode, this podcast? Or when can we do this event? Versus, okay, let's connect now, but maybe in 2 years we'll do something, right? Maybe Q4, the end of the year, we'll do something. So don't stress that you have to make it happen right away. Just keep it in your mind and then, follow up when you need to. Okay, like I said, I was going to need 2 volunteers. We're going to role play this situation. Basically, like you just met somebody in person. First, I'm going to ask, do I have any volunteers? Oh, okay. Are you guys friends, though? I'm going to need one of you guys, because if you guys already know each other. Okay, we'll have you come up. Someone from over here. Yes. Bravery. Yes. We love it, we love it, we love it, we love it. Okay, I'm going to have you guys stand right here. And we're going to play this out, okay? The scene, you guys are at a party for Billie Eilish. You got invited, and you're getting free snacks and food, and you see each other, and you're like, I need to network with somebody. Okay, go.
I'm familiar with, so, do you like Billie Eilish? What's that my favorite snack? My favorite snack is definitely Doritos. I'm more the blue kind, but, so what's your favorite Billie Eilish album? Probably the latest one.
What do you do? Ask him what do you do.
I am a painter. Oh, that's cool. I am a Oh, really? That's awesome. What kind of movies are you working on? I actually work with music. Right now, I work with Billie Eilish and for Wow.
Wow.
You're really up there, huh? Uh,
How do we stay in touch?
well, I'm on Instagram, please. Okay. 1545666. Yeah, that's my Instagram.
Yes! You did that! Yes. Okay, what are some things that they did great? What is something that you noticed? Interaction. Okay, they did it. Eye contact. Yes, that's important.
They didn't just like start off, oh, I need something from you. They made like more genuine.
Right, because what if she knew already that she was a producer for Billie Eilish, right? Like she already knew, and she was like, "Oh my gosh, you're a producer for Billie Eilish. Like, can I work with you? Can I be an intern?" And she'd be like, "Oh, another one of them," right? Versus, but she said, "Hey, what to do? Oh my gosh, you're a producer. Okay, let's connect." What's one thing that we could improve on? Or it could be nothing. Mm-hmm.
Maybe like more conversation topics, like adding on and like making follow-up questions, like trying to connect even more so you
Yes, like build that authenticity, build that vibe. Okay, yes, I love that. So we're gonna do one more, but I want it to be where you're currently at. Because if you're a student, you need to know how to advocate for yourself as a student, right? How many of you guys are in high school? Can you raise your hand? How many of you are in middle school? Wow, I was like, there's no way you're all in college. That's so crazy. Okay, so you're in middle school. Anybody in college? Okay. And post grad? Shout out post grad. Okay, perfect. So can I get one person from middle school and one from high school up here? Okay, we'll have you come up. High schooler. But you're middle school, right? Okay, you can come up. Let's do blue shirt. Blue shirt. Come on, you're giving me energy. Let's have it come up here. Come on, let's get the vibes going. Okay. So she has a little bit more experience than you, right? Because she's been on the earth a little bit longer. So maybe you could ask her something about, what do you do? And if it aligns with something that you want to do, you can ask, oh, how do you get an internship? Could you help me? Something along those lines, okay? Okay, and go.
I'm a college student. Yeah, don't do what I'm doing right now. Don't party. Um, what are you looking for? I would say ask as many questions as you can. Questions.
How do we stay connected? Yes. Love that. Love that. I love how you were like, okay, I already know what I want to be. Like, I want to be a doctor. She already had some college experience, and so you find that way in. So in that sense, if you're like, okay, maybe she's not a company, so she can't hire me, maybe we can set up a 15-minute, 20-minute Zoom call, and you can just give me advice, or how was the college apps process in high school? Like, it can literally be something like that. It could be something so simple. Do we all feel good about that? Okay, perfect. Okay, so we're wrapping up here. So the last thing I want to talk about is creating genuine connections, because that's what I found is just to be the most important thing. The most important thing, so you don't get left unread in your inbox, so people, don't block your number, anything like that. The best way to create genuine connections is to already put yourself in the groups that you connect with, right? So what I like to do is think about your identity. Think about your identity. It could be, I'm from San Diego, that's part of my identity. I'm a woman of these ethnic backgrounds. Maybe you're part of a religion, like anything that makes you your identity, utilize that to your advantage when it comes to putting yourself in specific rooms. So number one, I always put racial ethnic backgrounds. Two examples I gave earlier. One, Black Girls in Media is for Black women in media, but there's Black women in journalism, there's Black women in STEM, there's Latinas in journalism, Latinas in STEM, right? There's so many organizations for specific groups because it just makes it easier sometimes when you're starting out, right? It feels nice to see people that's part of your community. Another one is your passions. So if you like surfing, there's surf clubs, right? But maybe you're like, oh, I'm not ready to do surfing with guys yet. Maybe I want to do surfing for women. And they have those in San Diego. Or maybe you want to go into film, right? So think about your passions, your purpose. If you may not know what your purpose is yet, right? Because most of you guys are in middle school, but you can at least think about what are some things that make you feel fulfilled and start there. And then similar values and morals, you want to make sure you're in spaces where people are encouraging you and they're not trying to have you do something that you're going to regret later or that gives you that gut feeling like I shouldn't do that. So be with organizations that make you feel elevated. And then attract those that value your craft, right? Work with people, collaborate with people, pitch to people that actually care about what you do. If you're a great artist, you want someone in your life that's also like, oh, I love your art. Let me help you. Let's go to a festival. Let's get a booth, right? You want people that are going to push you to actually elevate in what you're doing. I would say like the best connections that I've made in my life, I'm going to say this one story because this is kind of funny. This is how networking can have you end up in the next state the next day. So I went to the Forbes 30 Under 30 Summit. Are you guys familiar with Forbes? Have you heard of it before? Basically, it's for entrepreneurs. It's like 30 under 30. So people who are 30 years old or younger that are ending up in Target, they have big businesses, they're doing great things. So I was there because that is where you network. Like you're networking in the after parties, you're networking in the bathroom, you're networking next to you during a panel. Like everybody just wants to meet each other, so it makes it easy to have those conversations. So I'm in this brunch that I get invited to. It's from this Elemis face brand. And I meet this girl, right? This Latina woman. And I'm like, what do you do? She's like, oh, I have a skincare brand. It's a Colombian extract. I live in Florida. And I was like, okay, that's amazing. Like, makes sense why you're here. Like, let me take notes. So we get each other's Instagram. And then I tell her, I'm like, oh, so what do you have going on this month? Like any fun things as an entrepreneur? She's like, yeah, I actually have an event for CEOs and founders. I'm like, oh, cool. When is it? And she's like, oh, this week. And I'm like, oh, like, but you're here in Cincinnati at Forbes. So like, what day? And she's like, the day after. Like we arrive, like we leave Forbes, like it's that day. I'm like, wow, you're busy. And then I told her, I'm like, yeah, a funny thing, like I've actually been wanting to like travel, but I want to keep it intentional. And then I tell her, like, so where's your event at? She says, Florida. I was like, wow, I've been seeing signs of Florida the whole month. I didn't know I was going to end up in Florida, but I had a feeling I was going to go. I had my swimsuit and my luggage. I was ready. So I told her, I was like, I'd love to go to your event. It's not even like a expensive ticket from Cincinnati to Florida, but I can't pay those Miami Airbnb hotel prices the week of. That's going to be crazy. So then she says, oh, you know what? I feel like we like have good energy. Like I pray about everything and you feel like a person I would let into my mom's home so you can stay with us. So I was planning to stay there for like 2 or 3 days. I ended up staying there a whole week. She showed me around Fort Lauderdale, Miami. I helped her with the event. She was like, I didn't know I needed that much help, but thank you. And from there, she introduced me to more people. So if we didn't make that genuine connection at the Forbes event, wouldn't have even gotten invited into her house, let alone an event she had, right? And now months later, we meet up wherever we're at in different states. We hop on the call. She's basically like a mentor to me. She's 34. So you always want to make sure you're showing up as your best self. Because one thing, if I've screwed my mind, is like first impressions you can never take back. You can never redo a first impression. And I know it's tough because we're not always like, ha, kiki, ha, ha, all the time, right? We're not always happy. Sometimes we're tired, we're upset, we're frustrated. But if you know, I'm going to go out to an event and meet people, try your best to feel your best, look your best that day. Or say, you know what, maybe today's not the day. Let me try again next week because I want to show up as my best self. Because in a community, let's say if you're in one industry, eventually people are going to get to know you. They're going to know your name. So you want to build a name for yourself that's positive and not something that's, oh, this person's always upset or they always look angry or they're always frustrated. You know what I mean? So that is basically it with creating connections. The opportunities await you, okay? You are your biggest advocate. You are the one that's going to get you into rooms. People can help you. They can put you in a 3-way chat on Instagram, but they can't make you follow up with the person. They can't make you create your own portfolio. I put some things up here that I've done for others, because I think that's also important, is creating opportunities for people you care about. FCNL Spring Lobby Weekend, I was working for a political organization, and they gave me funds to fly out 10 people to DC. All the flights paid, the hotel paid, the food paid. So I brought my mom, my sister, some people that were working in policy that just graduated college a few months ago. And we brought them all to DC, and I said, hey, if you guys want to work in policy, this is the opportunity to do it, right? So having to organize all those flights and stuff, but you make that happen. That's actually Dr. Shirley Weber at the bottom left corner, California State Secretary, and this was in 2019. So I was at California Dominguez Hills doing this like high school opportunity that they had for us to be leaders, and I got to meet her. Pageants, that was the Grit Con I showed earlier, All-Star Weekend, Black Chamber of Commerce. Like, you get to a point where people know you, they respect you, and they want to help you. They're gonna text you, hey, do you want this opportunity? Hey, do you want this summer job? Hey, you told me you were into fashion. Like, I actually found this paid opportunity. And you're like, yes, because you followed up with them, right? Okay, I'm gonna stop yapping now. Does anybody have any questions after my whole thing as we wrap up? Yes.
Did you get like scared meeting people, like what she was talking about, how you met the girl and you stayed with her for a while? Did it scare you?
Well, with her, no. Okay, so I wouldn't recommend doing that with everybody, but oh, the question. Yeah, she says, so like with the example that I gave with my friend that I went to Florida, even though I met her that same day, does it get scary? So I don't recommend doing that with every person you meet, and like I would never do that with a man, by the way, just to put that out there. But with her, I'd already, because I'm very intuitive, so I saw so many signs that I needed to be in Florida, but there was nothing happening in Florida for me to go. So when she told me her event was in Florida, like I felt in my soul, like that's exactly what I need to be at. And I had already packed some suits, because I kind of knew I was gonna end up in Florida. I just didn't know how. But definitely when you're first meeting people, it is a little nerve-wracking, right? And like even me, I get into rooms because I spend a lot of time in LA, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm the youngest one in here. Or I get it a lot, oh my gosh, you're such a baby, you're 22, oh my gosh. And I'm like, what? I'm an event producer, like I secure sponsorships, what? And so you have to get through this mentality of I'm supposed to be here, and as long as you assert yourself there, people will learn to respect you. Or if you have anything you want to ask me after, I can give you guys my Instagram. You guys can DM me anything that goes on. I am posting more opportunities on my platforms as well, like whether it's volunteerism, internships, things like that. So it's Destini Perkins. Maybe I should go back to the front so you can see my name. Destini Perkins Official. Oh, actually, I don't know if you guys can read that. Basically, Destini with an I, last name Perkins, and then official. And that's me. Yeah, but thank you guys. Thank you guys for coming. Happy Women's History Month.